Hey everyone, let's take a look at yet another swatch. So I did it. I picked up this is actually my third swatch. A couple years ago I made a video on a different one. It was a reissue, as is this one. And I was kind of critical of it. I love the colors of them. I like the history of Swatch, but I was really disappointed in the movement and also disappointed mainly in the noise. I actually bought a second swatch, which was a clear, translucent one, hoping that that would be quieter. But no, that watch was also noisy. So I kind of wrote Swatch off, but then I saw recently they announced a new collection called the Neon Collection. So it seems like what Swatch does is they have these collections. They released 5, 6 more watches at a time. They're all based on a theme. And this is one of a handful of watches within the theme of neon. It's actually a reissue of a watch from the 80s, I believe the late 80s, that was called the Hot Racer. And the reissue, I'm pretty sure, is also called the Hot Racer. The last ones I looked at, they changed the name. The model of this is the SS08K119, as you see, $120. These swatches don't come cheap. Well, compared to some other Swiss watches, it is cheap. But yeah, $120 for a plastic watch. Now, in addition to those collections, which are based on the theme, they have different families of watches, the different build types. There's only a handful of swatches out there. There's a couple of chronos. There's your standard watch, like the original, and then there's a larger one they call the New Gents. There's some lady sizes. This is called the Skin. And I believe it is the same, or roughly the same overall profile as the original, but it is thinner. They said 4 point something millimeter. Let me take a look. Let me just confirm. Yeah, 4.1, 4.2 millimeter sounds about right. I think it's a 34 millimeter watch. Sure, yeah, 34 millimeter watch. And well, let's get all the measurements lug to lug. Is 37. This is a small watch. But why did I pick this up? Well, it should be no surprise. I like colorful watches, and I'm wearing this other colorful little Casio. I should make a video on those soon. But I kind of reminisce from this period of the late 80s, early 90s, when just these weird neon colors came in vogue, but also they first became possible to manufacture. I just think it's a really striking look. You know, I've said this before, but I wouldn't spend thousands of dollars on a watch that's colored this way, but 120? Sure. You know, in the near future, we're going to go on vacation. And yeah, maybe this is going to be one of the cheap watches I bring along. So let's get it on and try it out. 34 millimeter watches in today's era is... yeah, we'll take a look at it on my wrist, and then I'll do some close-ups. 34 millimeters is, by today's standards, a small watch. At the time when these were new, that was pretty standard. Or that was a men's size, unisex size. You know, 32 millimeter used to be a men's size. That's kind of a crazy watch. That is loud. Wow. Now, actually, loud color, but not loud in an actual sound that it makes. That's part of the reason why I actually picked up this third swatch of mine. The others were just really, really loud. But the Skin, as you notice, does not have a second hand. Originally, the original watch for this did have a second hand, and I think it was the same hot pink as the middle. But it's omitted on here in part to simplify the mechanism to get it thinner. But that means it does not tick. So that means it's not going to keep me up. So I thought I would give this another shot. I'm having played with this a little bit. Not only is this thin, the strap is really thin. This is a dainty watch. But I do like the colors. This brings me back. Like my backpack, my sneakers, my ball cap were all sorts of weird neon pinks and crazy little colors. I don't expect... This is not a watch for everyone. This is hardly a watch for anyone. There's a small selection of people. I think by today's standard, this would be considered a ladies' watch, maybe, but it's not sold as that. This is a unisex watch. I'm going to give it a shot. Let's zoom in on this. I really, really like the combination of colors here. That like neon green, that cyan and orange. I like the style, how you only have 1, 2, 7, 8. Those are the only hours you get to know in this watch. Triangle indices here, these little pips here, but with a clear case, a lime green crown. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Yeah, so this is a 3-bar watch. It just says water resist, so that's like a 30 meter, but really that's a splash resist. I think somewhere on their webpage it says that it's suitable for swimming in. I wouldn't do that. These straps are just super thin and dainty. Yeah, I am much more impressed with this watch, both in its overall style, but also its build quality. You can tell it's well made. Even still, this is tiny. We tend to judge quality based on weight, and man, like this is lighter than any titanium watch I have. This is lighter than any like nylon strap watch I have. This is nothing. That's why it's called the skin, because it's just kind of blends into your. It's like you're not wearing a watch at all. I guess the one real gripe there is like the price. It's $120, right? Cheap plastic Casios are $20, and you can get some that are in some fun colors. So that's not a decision that comes lightly. Even still, though, just design I think is important, and this is crazy. This is, yeah, that's a weird thing. I can't believe that I'm holding a watch. Like if I close my eyes, I don't even realize I'm holding anything. So that's about all we need to go into on this watch. You either love it or you don't. But now that Swatch is getting a little more attention with their cross releases, I thought I would just, I feel like I needed one Swatch in the collection, and it wasn't a moon Swatch, right? It wasn't the other watches I've reviewed. Something absolutely ridiculous that I would wear whenever I felt like being absolutely ridiculous. I can't say I'm going to keep it, but I'm probably going to take this on that trip. And yeah, you're not going to wear this to the office or anything, but you got to give them points for originality here. There's no lume, of course, on here. There's really nothing else to review. Oh yeah, look, that battery is. You can see like the battery's just clipped in, and then there's this plastic thing pressed right over it. Yeah, that's pretty simple, but you don't buy this for diving. You buy it because it's a Swatch. Anyways, I think that's everything. Yeah, thank you very much.